So I have been trying to get into Warzone, and I haven't been able to. Only because I don't even know myself. I try to look it up. That doesn't even work either. And if I to try to, I don't know, maybe really do anything. It says about an error of a gold flake, but since it's something about a pass, you can't really do anything about it. Because if you don't got the money, you can't use it. And even if you try anything, you're not able to really do anything. And if you try to look at purchases, it says this. See, look. What does this mean? How is the store currently unavailable? But you're telling me this is unavailable? Sure. Sure. Going into this, you won't be able to actually just play the game in general if you don't have the pass. If you, I haven't been able to get into the regular loading screen. The regular loading screen, I haven't been able to get to the main page of the Warzone. Just in general, I don't get what's happened, but I literally can't do anything. It's actually stupid, but how much? I already deleted it. Everything. I did everything. I turned it off. I used energy. I the manage and the add-ons. I did that. I did that. I did that. I did that. I did all of that, and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It literally just doesn't work. It makes no sense to me of why you would add a game and then just not let people play. Xbox players in general play it, or PC players in general play at all. They have been able. Some people have been able to, but a good amount of Xbox players definitely won't be able to, and maybe I don't know if Modern Warfare works. I don't know, cause this is a new Xbox. My old one is on the bottom, and I have no clue if that even works. I mean, I've seen people play it. I think, yeah, I've seen people play it, but it's just sorry. It's just even that doesn't work. See, I've been waiting here for a good probably 30, maybe a good solid minute, and I still haven't been able to do this. It makes no sense why you would add a game, add a update, noticing or not knowing that pretty much the majority of almost all of your players are Xbox players, and then pretty much just cutting them off. There's, I don't get, because they did a beta test. What's the point of doing a beta test, not noticing? See, this is what happens. What do you mean, error? A required network service has failed, and then this, I have gone to this. It doesn't even matter. It legit doesn't even matter. Trying to go offline. I tried everything. I tried doing all that. It doesn't work. It gives me into a loop where I'm not even able to get into the game. This. And if you just don't do anything, it's like a continuous loop of it saying, quote unquote, it's updating. If you just wait here for a couple minutes, maybe like a couple of seconds, it'll say that it's updating, but it's really, really not at all. It's not even close. So I don't get why would you add something knowing that you're not but the majority of all of your players are Xbox players and PC players in general, because PlayStation has probably gotten the most favorite at this moment of time in general. So I don't get why, because you're just going to be losing extraordinary amounts of money just not letting one third of your entire play system play. It makes literally zero sense. It actually doesn't make sense. It gets into a loop where it happened before, but it was the cutscene, and then you would be able to skip it. So I skipped it because I don't really care about cutscenes. And after that, I think it was like a couple days ago, maybe. Oh yeah, sorry about not uploading. Sorry about not uploading for like a while. Did I break my phone? Nah, we good. I haven't been uploading for a while only because I've been just trying to fix this for the most longest time, and haven't played this game for like a little amount, and now they owe me at least what, maybe $100 at least, maybe more, but cause yeah, probably like more, 100 and maybe 30, maybe less, 120 at most, cause I got the battle pass before, and then I got the 9.99, which was actually pretty much useless because it barely even gave you anything for like 2.5 passes. There's no point of even getting it. Still got it because I had $125, but as I was saying, you're just not gonna be able to play the game if you try to back out and then back out again. Boom, boom, boom. It's just gonna keep saying download was canceled. Do you wish to retry? Going offline doesn't do anything, absolutely nothing for you. Pressing manage installment doesn't do anything. Managing installment, it pretty much just stops the game. It legit just stopped the game. It legit restarts. It makes legit zero sense of why you would add something. Knowing, full on knowing that you're not able to play it. Why would you? And it's been almost weeks, at least 10 to 8 more days, and without playing Warzone, just waiting here. It restarts by its own, quote unquote, giving it updates. The accessibility doesn't even help. This stuff doesn't help with, it doesn't help in general. You're not even able, what's the point of having this if you're not even able to get into accessibility? The only reason why they added this was probably because if you're in a game or if you're in a party, that's the only way I can think of it. But like, what was the point of adding this? There's no point of adding it in this if you just know that you're not gonna be able to play. There's no point of adding something and just eyeballing it. That's the worst mistake you could think of. Legit the worst mistake. Legit the worst mistake you can actually think of. Why would you eyeball Xbox and PC players for legit zero reason? I have been trying to get in, and the only way to get in is by Xbox Gold, but I don't have the money anymore because I spent about $120 on just this game right here, and now it just wants to block me off. Like, it makes literally zero sense. I have still been level 1, and I got into the game the first day, probably maybe the second day, or maybe 3, I don't remember. I got into it, and it said I got onto the ground. I was running around from a good maybe 30 to 25 seconds and it booted me out. And now this is happening. It doesn't even work. What was the point of changing something, barely knowing and eyeballing it? What was the point of doing that? You just kind of broke yourself doing that. You just really didn't do it right in general. There was no point of doing this. What was the point of doing that? Like in general, what? But like, man, if they don't get this fixed fast, cause they just been really just like, who cares? 1/3 your entire money management, whatever it's called. I haven't been able to get in, and I haven't been able to fix it because I just can't. Trying to do this doesn't work. The little trying to do boom out, go out, and then go to manage game and add-ons. Do this, delete all. Nope. Go back. Even that doesn't work by its own. Done it 3 times. 3 times. I wonder what happens if you cancel it. It won't. Doesn't. It'll save everything, whatever. But it makes legit 0 sense of why you would eyeball a game. Eyeballing a game is actually retarded. It makes no sense of why you would do that. Eyeballing it is probably the worst thing you could have done. Worst thing. Absolute worst thing. Like, the first thing that comes to your mind was fix it. They're just kind of just sitting there doing nothing. And they're going to lose extraordinarily amounts of money just not doing anything. They will lose big amounts of money. Not yes, no question. They will lose big amounts of money. This stupid checking for update thing is so annoying. It always says this, and it just pauses on the game. The little shut up, go flake thing. Doing this, it says flashing online for the entire time, and you won't be able to even. Then it says checking for updates. It has been almost 10 days. What do you mean by updates? They won't be able to, they're going to be losing millions of dollars if they don't fix this in about a month or even more. They can lose 1/3 of their entire amounts of money just because you don't want to fix. They don't want to fix it. It's just that they're too lazy. The developers are so lazy that they just don't care. They like legit don't care at this point in time. They just don't care. Even playing Fortnite is like better than trying to get into Warzone Pacific. Yes, there might be absolute tries, but it's at least you're able to get into the game. Like, what are you thinking? What were the developers thinking? Giving them a 24-hour, having them pretty much just going asleep, and then just launching it to the public, eyeballing that it's perfectly fine. Well, I don't get it. I don't get why you would do this. It doesn't make sense. This is pretty much also a face reveal at this point in time. It just doesn't make sense to me. It literally doesn't. Alright, guys, bye. I'm done with this stupid